Okay, so today I am going to make treats for my children just to make them. Candy melts in my melter. I'm gonna try to see if I can change the color from white to purple. Royal purple is the color it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna add a little bit more and see what happens. So I say if you have blue, you get a little bit of red, but I have pink on hand right now. So I'm gonna add this pink soft gel color. Pink. Let's just play with the colors right now. See what we get. So there we go. You can color it. Did you see how it got thicker though? We're gonna have to add some coconut oil into that. Very little. If you don't have coconut oil, you can use vegetable shortening. I'm just gonna use a little bit because the color made it kind of stiff and I don't want stiff to be dipping. Everything that I'm using, I will see if I can find a link and link it on below in the description. So I'm gonna do the dip Rice Krispies a couple different ways. I am also gonna make some Oreo cookies covered in chocolate, some pretzel rods, and marshmallows. I bought these lovely sprinkles. Look how pretty they are. My daughter says they remind you of unicorn. Fluffy unicorn! Okay. See the pretty color? And I just used regular white vanilla wafers or candy melts. Not wafers, candy melts. So I have my sticks. They are 8 inches candy melt treat sticks. So I am going to show you how to make it. You get your Rice Krispies. You can either make them or buy them. I just bought them pre-made. You're just going to get your candy melt, push it in halfway through. You can always rub it out if you want to. You don't have to. So this is, I'm going to make this one as a pop. And I rubbed out the chocolates, the candy melt, so it's not. So I'm gonna make this one into a pop. I'll set that aside. Now open another one up. And then I am not gonna put a stick on this one. So what I'm gonna do is remove my spoon, dip it halfway. Well, dip the top only. And you just smooth it out. So you can do it this way, and you can decorate the top. I'll put that aside. So if you're gonna add sprinkles to these treats, when you dip them, you kind of want to sprinkle them right away. So I'm gonna add another stick to this one. I'm gonna show you a different way of decorating or dipping. So you would add it in. You can use a white base color if you would like. I'm just going to use purple for right now. And I'm going to just dip this in. I know I'm supposed to wait a little bit. I just want to get it done. But you want to make sure the chocolate is set before you stick it in. Like I didn't. But it's okay because I'm not dipping it all. I'm doing halfway. So you can just like that. Now you can either put it upside down on the wax paper, or you can put it on a cake pop stand. Just put it up there and it just holds it. Let me move this out of the way real quick. See? So this one is not set all the way, so you want to just wait So that's 3 ways you can do the Rice Krispies. Okay, so I am going to open up my new sprinkles that I bought. I am going to throw some, grab my Rice Krispie that's still wet, and just go ahead and, there you go. See? That one's gonna be that way. So I am going to dip this one now. Hopefully it's good enough. I'm gonna move this to the side. So now that that's dipped, you see now it's struggling because it's actually still really hot, but it's okay. You want to make sure it kind of cools down. You want to make sure your stick holds in really good. I'm going to go ahead and add more candy melts because I want to make the purple a lighter color. Alright, so with this one I'm going to go ahead and make the Oreos. So there's a couple different ways you can make the Oreos. I am going to show you one way that I see it's pretty easy. What I do notice is they, for some reason, don't like them that much this way because it's too much of the candy melts or too much of the white chocolate that they use or too much of the almond bark that one would use. I prefer almond bark, but I don't have any right now. I haven't went to go buy any, so I'm using the white chocolate, the vanilla candy melts. So I'm opening up my Oreos. I'm using double stuffed. You can use a regular size. You can use actually any flavor you want to use. So basically what you're gonna do, you're gonna get your tray. There's some on Amazon that come with 6. Mine came with 5. And you're just gonna put the chocolate in and then throw your cookie in there. So we'll go ahead and do So I'm going to use my pink sprinkles. I'll go ahead and just throw some in there. And I'm gonna get my stick, dip it in there. So, you know, I will go ahead and just push it in. I'm not gonna spread it out because I'm going to dip the whole thing in there. So you wanna let it set. So you just put it to the side. So you can just get your stick and throw it in, push it in there. Force it in. And you can fill, you can go halfway through, all the way through. If you're gonna do a kebab, you wanna go all the way through. But I have it to about right here. And this one I'm gonna dip fully in. I mean halfway. So those are setting. I have that one that's upright, and the other ones are standing up in the cake pop stand. Now I'm gonna move on to the pretzel sticks. So these are really easy. You can go halfway. I've seen some people that do it halfway, just like that. If you don't want it to be flat on one side, I'll put a link in there for a cooling rack that has the holes, so you can just place them upside down in there. I don't mind mine being flat on one side. So I prefer mine almost all the way covered, so I'll just leave enough to hold. But you can also use a cooling rack and do one side and then do the other when it's dry. And see when that's done. Can you see that? And move this out of the way. So for some reason I don't think you guys see that one right. So that's covered the way I like it to be, with a little bit, so you can grab, and I'll place that on my cooking sheet with wax paper. You're gonna make sure you put the wax paper down. So I'm gonna go ahead and see, this is the one that stands. Move that out of my way. So I am going to just push these all down. All right. My sprinkles that I bought the other day, these pretty ones. So these I'm going to use. I'm going to get a flush, and I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of the chocolate. Rub very little on here, just enough to just the top. I coated it lightly. You can tell the difference in the color, this purple to this one, and then you're just gonna dip it in. And you just let it sit. You can also pick them up and sprinkle it on there, just like that. If you have any spots that have a little bit of opening, just throw them on there. Can't see it anymore.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so sprinkle it on it. It's good, see that? So this is what happens when you stand it upside down, but easily fixed. You just break it off. You can get a knife or a blade. You can invest in a little blade. I have for my fondants that I have to use. And you just go ahead and slice it off. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's for my children. They are not picky. So you just close it up and then wash it when you're done. We have our Oreo with sprinkles, our Rice Krispie with sprinkles. I will do a marshmallow. Again, I didn't do the marshmallow when it was wet, so I'll have to re-wet it. I'll go ahead and just get the one side. I have my Rice Krispie, Oreo, marshmallow, pop, and pretzel stick, all covered in the sprinkles. Now that those are done, I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this chocolate into a piping bag. Here's my piping bag. So I'm gonna put just very little for right now because I'm gonna go ahead and add more white in here because I want it to be a lighter purple. So I'm gonna just throw some in here because I'm gonna drizzle the dark purple. So that's like 4 tablespoons already. I'm gonna do 4.5 to 5. Again, it is extremely hot. So you're gonna let it go all the way down. And you don't want to cut a big hole, so you want to snip very little so it's a nice curly drizzle. You can tie it, you can leave it like this. There's special bands you can put on there. I have some, I just don't want to use them. Just tie it. If you can tie it, tie it. If you can't, then don't. If you choose to use a rubber band or the special bands made for it, whatever you want, it's your choice. I tend not to want to use them only because it's easier, but this is like, I don't have to go find it. It's like right there, there we go. So I have my chocolate in there. It is really hot. So I'm gonna let this cool down a little bit before I cut the tip off. And then I'm gonna add a little more candy melts to this one because I'm gonna drizzle pops. And white candy melts are already melted in here. And you just gotta mix it in. So this is still warm, but it's not hot anymore. So you want to make sure you mix, pinch the tip, make sure it goes back in there so it mixes, because down here it's already cold. So you want to pinch this like that, and you want to make sure it mixes, because down here it's already getting cold, so it'll get hard and you couldn't be able to pipe. So I'm going to go ahead and get my scissors, and I'm going to cut. Can you see that? Let me see. Let me focus on that real quick. Can you guys see that? No. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut very little. See how little I cut? Just very little. This part is gonna get very messy. Not really, but a little messy. So you're just gonna go ahead and squeeze. See how it got kind of hard? And I'm gonna use a silver tint. What I'm gonna do is I got my vodka, and I'm gonna put a little bit. So I have my paintbrush. I ordered these online, this one online, with some of my fondant tools. So what you can do is get the vodka and you add a little bit. I'm gonna use this paintbrush because I like the way this one works sometimes. So it starts evaporating, so you want to make sure you work with this really fast to see how pretty that looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my Oreo, put it in my bowl, because again, my hands are super duper hot, always. See how that changed to a silver tone? And you're just gonna paint. Let me just lift that up. And you're just gonna paint. Okay, so see how I said it evaporates? Look at that. Alright you guys, this is the finished product of the pretzel sticks, the Oreos, the Rice Krispies. This one is the standing marshmallows pop. And then right over here we have the rest of the marshmallow and Rice Krispies. Let's see. So if you want to see anything else, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Again, if you want to see anything else, just let me know. Thank you for watching. In the description below will be links to most of the stuff that I have, so you can buy it if you're interested. If you do want to see other tutorials with the other moldings that I have for the Oreos, just let me know. If you want cake pops, let me know. Sky's the limit, y'all. Remember that. Okay.